listen to me. You do not need Obamacare. There is better private sector insurance that is still more affordable than Obamacare and still covers you just as well. If you'll make a call and talk with the team, usmedicalplan.com or 877-410-4321. 877-410-4321.
WEEB, we've got you by the ears.
Get ready, North Carolina. It's time for the biggest, baddest, most powerful weekend of the year. The 20th annual Etterville Antique Tractor Show is coming November 7th, 8th, and 9th, and it's going to be huge. 3 days of action-packed fun with woodsman's competition, live bluegrass bands, heart-pounding tractor pulls that'll shake the ground, and for the kids, pedal tractors they'll never forget. Tickets are just $15 for a one-day pass, $25 for 2 days, or the best deal, $35 for all 3 days. Don't wait. Head to EttervilleNC.com to grab your tickets now. That's EttervilleNC.com. This November, celebrate all the heritage and horsepower of the machines that built America. For 20 years, it's been more than a show. It's a tradition like no other at the Etterville Antique Tractor Show, November 7th through the 9th at 644 Niagara Carthage Road in Carthage.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A late night, not a great night for Republicans. They got trounced in yesterday's midterm elections in New York City, New Jersey, and Virginia. New York's next mayor will be socialist Zohran Mamdani.
Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands.
In New Jersey, Democrat Mikey Sherrill is the governor-elect. Virginia sending Democrat Abigail Spanberger to the governor's mansion. The Democrat congressional redistricting plan has won voter approval in California.
This gives Democrats a boost in their bid to win the U.S. House majority next year. The approval of Proposition 50 could allow Democrats to gain as much as 5 additional seats in the 2026 midterms. That's when Democrats hope to gain the power to block President Trump's agenda in Congress. California Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom pushed the Prop 50 measure in response to a GOP-led redistricting effort in Texas.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart. Elsewhere, the Democrats will retain 3 seats on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. President Trump is suggesting the government shutdown played a role in the midterm blue wave. The National Transportation Safety Board to investigate the deadly crash of a UPS cargo plane in Kentucky. 7 people were killed when the aircraft crashed and burned upon takeoff at the Louisville airport. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear.
The main area hit consisted of 2 businesses, though we know there were more businesses impacted.
Of the 7 people who died, 4 of them were on the ground. The others were crew members on board the plane. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures have been in the red so far. The Dow futures are down 27 points. NASDAQ futures off 132, and the S&P futures 21 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Dennis Prager for AmFed Coin and Bullion. There's something about the feel of a gold coin in your hand and the way the light reflects off its intricate details that has always captivated me. Nick Grovich, AmFed's owner, turned that same passion into his livelihood. Nick began collecting coins as a teen, and that interest grew into a nationally respected business offering only the finest quality coins at the most competitive prices. But the truth is that although Nick is a rare coin dealer, he doesn't believe in rare coins. Rare coins do not make sound investments, but they do make dealers a lot of money. See, that's part of what I respect about him. AmFed specializes in buying non-performing numismatic coins and turning them into gold or silver investments that provide liquidity and perform competitively against the market. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
China's government is staging a major trade exhibition to sell the communist country as an investment partner. The BBC's Stephen McDonnell is in Beijing.
Notable amongst exhibitors is the U.S. soybean industry, which now hopes to ramp up exports to China following commitments made when Xi Jinping met Donald Trump last week. Major American corporations are also here, attempting to increase sales into China during this period of trade war détente. Car brands Ford and General Motors, tech companies like Boston Scientific, as well as semiconductor producer Qualcomm all have a presence at the expo. When Premier Li Qiang launched the event today, he spoke of the severe impact which protectionist measures have had on the global economy recently, but said Beijing would work to make trade rules fairer, more reasonable and transparent.
The billion-dollar Grand Egyptian Museum has opened its doors to the public following an extravagant inaugural ceremony. News and analysis at townhall.com. Australia is adding Reddit and Kik to its list of social media platforms that must ban kids under 16 from having accounts.
Communications Minister Annika Wells said Wednesday the platforms will join others like Facebook and TikTok in enforcing this rule starting December 10th. Platforms failing to comply could face fines up to $33 million. Australia's e-safety commissioner Julie Inman-Grant will enforce the ban, which aims to protect children online. The move's being closely watched by other countries concerned about social media's impact on young users. Keith Peters, Washington.
President Trump heads to Miami today to speak on the anniversary of his election to a second term. The president will address a forum of business leaders and global athletes. He plans to discuss his economic agenda and recent trade and investment deals made on his trip to Asia. More on these stories, townhall.com.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ray Daley, Ray on the right, the Reagan Republican running for the North Carolina State Senate. My opponent, Senator Tom McGinnis, voted for Governor Cooper's Medicaid expansion and even to ban coastal shrimping, a move that would have put thousands of hardworking North Carolinians out of work. That's not conservative leadership. That's Democrat behavior. It's time for a senator who stands with our fishermen, our families, and our conservative values. I'm Ray Daley, the Reagan Republican, and I'm asking you for your vote for North Carolina Senate. Ray Daley, smart growth, not uncontrolled expansion. Paid for by committee to elect Ray Daley for Senate.
J.B. Short Carpet One is your locally owned Benjamin Moore paint retailer. Come in today and discover the quality and durability of Benjamin Moore paint in a variety of sheens and thousands of colors. At J.B. Short, you'll get one-on-one expert advice for contractors and homeowners alike. No matter how big or small the job is, trust Benjamin Moore paint and your local Benjamin Moore retailer, J.B. Short Carpet One. J.B. Short Carpet One, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Vass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
With me in the studio is Sue Maxwell, who is a patient at Pinecone Medical Center, where Dr. Sharon Wright practices chiropractic medicine. Now, Sue, you went there with pain. What kind of pain was it, and what did you do about it?
Yes, I had arthritis in my cervical spine, and I had pain that radiated out through my shoulder, down my arm. I went to see Dr. Wright, and she did the pressure wave therapy on me. Through treatments and everything, I actually eliminated the pain in my spine and in my shoulder.
So did the pressure wave work as advertised?
Oh, my goodness, it did. Yes, I am pain-free.
And would you recommend it to your friends?
Absolutely, and I have.
Good.
I have told many friends.
If you're suffering from pain, why not schedule a free, no-obligation appointment with Dr. Sharon Wright at Pinecone Medical Center? Call 910-420-1911 or visit on the web at pineconemedicalcenter.com.
It wasn't long ago when residents in the Sandhills had to call 2 different companies for plumbing or heating and air conditioning service. But Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning was the first to offer all 3 services and still do. At Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, it's our goal to offer customers fast, dependable, and creative solutions to your home and business needs. Experience counts. Call Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning 910-949-3232. 910-949-3232.
Garage door broken? If it is, your home is not as safe as it could be. Call Superior Overhead Doors today. Whether you need repairs or full replacement, you can count on us. With over 20 years of experience, no job is too big. Active duty military receive $20 off repairs and $50 off installation. So call Superior Overhead Doors today at 910-992-6227 or visit us online at superioroverheaddoorsllc.com for a free estimate.
This is Amy from Main Street Glass, your choice for custom residential and commercial glass installations. We specialize in creating stunning glass solutions tailored to your unique wants and needs. Whether it's sleek glass partitions for your office, a custom frameless shower enclosure for your home, or a custom mirror, we can do it all. Elevate your space with Main Street Glass. To schedule your free estimate, call 910-639-6336 or visit us at 195 Pinehurst Avenue next to Comfort Made Blinds in Southern Pines.
Power outages don't have to put your life on hold. At GenPro, we specialize exclusively in installing and maintaining Generac home standby generators, nothing else. Our skilled team will assess your needs to find the right size generator, handle a seamless installation, and provide ongoing maintenance so you have reliable power when the lights go out. Trust GenPro for professional, dedicated Generac generator solutions. Contact GenPro today at 910-986-2959. That's 910-986-2959 and experience true peace of mind.
Join the More Humane Society for the 10th Annual Whiskers and Wagers Casino Night, Wednesday, November 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Country Club of North Carolina. Enjoy heavy hors d'oeuvres, wine, beer, specialty cocktails from Tito's Vodka, and try your luck at the tables, all to support the orphaned animals of Moore County. Tickets are $150 with a virtual auction running November 5th through the 12th. Get your tickets now and enter the raffle to win a club car valued at over $17,000. Go to morehumane.org for tickets and more information.
Planning to gobble till you wobble? Make sure your tags can handle the trip before you roll out for Thanksgiving dinner. Swing by your local North Carolina license plate agency and get road trip ready. And hey, let the turkey get baked, not the driver. Don't drink and drive. Brought to you by your North Carolina license plate agency at 1313 North Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen.
NCI News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. It was Election Day in North Carolina. Incumbent Mayor Vi Lyles was elected last night. She told WBTV.
I think one of the very first things that I want to think about is to make sure, and I know that we are talking about mobility, but I think mobility is really about how do we make sure that everybody can thrive in this city.
Mary Kay Abazuwader has been elected mayor of Greensboro, defeating opponent Robbie Perkins to become the first new mayor the Triad's largest city has seen in a decade. She told WFMY.
All of the things I'm doing, not only in the city, but in the region and even the state, I can continue because had I not won, I would have to give all of those up. And I think we've made great strides in all of those organizations. So, I want to make sure everything continues.
Greenville Mayor P.J. Conley has won re-election, securing more than 50% of the vote against challenger Mildred Atkinson Council. He told WNCT.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the opportunity to be able to serve another term. I've enjoyed it over the last 4 terms. I think we've seen a lot of progress has been made.
Bill Saffo was re-elected mayor of Wilmington. Nationally, a clean sweep for Democrats in yesterday's elections, winning governor's races in Virginia, New Jersey, and mayor of New York City. And political analyst Larry Sabato at the University of Virginia says
Newsom and others got the message across that this was absolutely necessary to counter at least some of the effort by Trump and the Republicans to grab Democratic seats.
3 crew members are confirmed dead, and there are concerns about others on the ground who have died after a UPS plane bound from Louisville to Honolulu crashed immediately after takeoff. Dan Mann is executive director of Louisville Airport.
My heart hurts for our friends and partners at UPS and really all the first responders that are out there right now.
You're listening to NCI News.
Did you know? Atlantic hurricane season runs through November. From gathering necessary supplies to planning an evacuation route, now is the time to make sure you and your family are prepared. And if a storm damages our electric system, local public power providers are ready to respond and restore power quickly and safely. As a public power customer, you benefit from having an electricity provider that restores power faster than other providers do. Visit electricities.com for storm preparation tips and resources.
Scams increase during the Medicare open enrollment period, so stay alert. Never give your Medicare, Social Security, credit card, or bank account numbers to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly and claims to be from Medicare. Your caller ID may show Medicare's name or phone, but caller ID can be spoofed. Just hang up. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
The Supreme Court heard arguments yesterday in a challenge to the president's use of sweeping tariffs. KXL Radio's Heather Roberts has more.
Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield filed the lawsuit in April, saying then the challenge was necessary to protect a state heavily reliant on trade.
Oregon cannot sit quietly while the president takes actions that are going to cost us jobs, increase the prices that we pay, and harm our economy.
At the center of the case is whether the president can use the Emergency Powers Act to impose tariffs on nearly every nation. 3 lower courts have already ruled in favor of the 12-state coalition led by Oregon. Heather Roberts for CBS News, Portland.
President Trump is heading for a quick trip to Miami today.
Before flying south, the president has invited GOP senators to the White House for breakfast, where government shutdown conversation will likely be served alongside the bacon and eggs. Then he flies to Miami for a few hours, where he's scheduled to speak at the America Business Forum. He's the headliner of the star-studded summit, which also features global soccer star Lionel Messi, tennis great Serena Williams, and Argentina's president Javier Milei. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
North Carolina hospitals are facing multi-million-dollar losses from federal Medicaid cuts, and services are expected to suffer. The cuts are part of the latest budget passed by Congress. Dr. Crystal Hayden is president and CEO of UNC Health Lenore and tells WITN.
We know that any adjustments we need to make to services affect not only the Medicaid patients, but quite frankly, every patient that is seeking care.
November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and the American Diabetes Association held its annual State of Diabetes event at North Carolina Central University this week. Data shows how African Americans face significantly higher rates of diabetes. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
It's a chilly start here to our Wednesday morning. Might see some patches of frost, especially outside of city locations. Otherwise, a warmer afternoon thanks to a breeze coming down some of the higher elevations. Highs today in the 70s. Will be gusty at times, and then overnight clear to partly cloudy, not as cold in the mid-to-upper 40s. A weak cold front passes through. No rain, but cooler, high 60s Thursday. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, waiting for an update here. We're looking at sunny skies, 46 degrees, humidity 86%, 2.42 winds calm, pressure 3029. It is 7:15 straight up. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news. For this Wednesday hump day, well, election was yesterday here in North Carolina and also here in Moore County. The Moore County results are as follows. For the town of Aberdeen Mayor, Robbie Farrell won re-election on that. For the town of Aberdeen Board of Commissioners, Fallon Brewington and Timothy Helms won the 2 seats available. For the town of Cameron Mayor, Lisa Parcell ran unopposed and won that. Town of Cameron Board of Commissioners, Joey Frucci and Kane Parsons, both unopposed, won seats on the Cameron Board of Commissioners. For the town of Cameron Board of Commissioners unexpired term, Marcia Grover ran unopposed and won that seat. Town of Carthage Board of Commissioners, you have Brent Tanner, John McDonald, and Ann Sadanovu winning seats on the board. For Foxfire Village Council, Chris Craigle, Stephen Gunn, and Kevin Roberts won seats on that. Town of Pine Bluff Mayor Ronald McDonald ran unopposed and won that, although there was a fair amount of write-ins on that one, but not enough to overturn that vote. Town of Pine Bluff Board of Commissioners, Robbie Conley and Thomas Reinflich won seats. Village of Pinehurst Council members, Jeremy Hooper and Kevin Fitzpatrick both won seats on the board. Town of Robbins Board of Commissioners, Jody Britt, Mickey Bradshaw, and Mark Gilbert won seats on that board. Town of Southern Pines council members. You got Bob Curtin and Ann Peterson winning seats on the town council. Town of Taylortown council members. There are 5 of them. Bridget Cotton, write-in, came in second. 1 vote behind Bridget Cotton. Natalie Moody, Sydney Gaddy, and Audrey Parker all winning seats on that board. Then for the town of Bass, mayor, Alfonso Mosley ran unopposed, winning the mayorship. Town of Bass Board of Commissioners, Emily Dick and Chris Kozim won seats. Village Whispering Pines Town Council, there's 3 seats available. Lucy Kaminsky, Pamela Harris, and Angie Molenik all won seats on Whispering Pines Town Council. That's the latest vote tally for you from the Board of Elections. Also, one other piece of news, a man was trapped in his vehicle after it overturned near Pinehurst Country Club, Beach Club on Tuesday afternoon. A single vehicle crash occurred shortly before 2 p.m. in the area of Diamond Head Drive and Burning Tree Road, according to authorities on scene. The car had been traveling uphill when it rolled and came to a rest on its roof along the roadway. The cause of the crash not immediately known and is under investigation. The driver was trapped inside the smoking vehicle. When first responders arrived, air care was initially requested, but the helicopter transport was canceled after crews safely removed the man and evaluated his condition. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And of course, if you need more information, just head on over to thesandhillsentinel.com. It is 7:20. Sports is next.
Stay in the game with the Clark Chevrolet Cadillac Sports Report. Family owned and operated for over half a century, they do it all. Sales, service, parts, collision repair, and they never charge a dock fee. Nestled in the heart of Pinehurst, Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, fueling your passion for sports.
NCN Sports, I'm John Champion. Last night, the Duke Blue Devil men's basketball team beat Texas at the Dick Vitale Invitational in Charlotte. The Blue Devils win their 26th consecutive season over, 75-60. Isaiah Evans scored 23 points. Cameron Boozer finished with 15 and 13 rebounds. For Texas, it was head coach Sean Miller's debut. He spent 5 years as an assistant at NC State. Duke plays at Tom Osborne Saturday, welcoming Western Carolina to Cameron Indoor Stadium. In women's basketball, Camille Pierre hit the go-ahead layup in the final minute, while Zamaria Jones hit 2 key free throws with 1.9 seconds left to lift the Wolfpack women, the number 9 team in the nation. They beat number 8 Tennessee 80-77. The ECU Pirates beat Georgia Southern 92-89. Wichita State beat UNC Asheville 78-58. Kansas State beat UNCG 93-53, and South Carolina beat NC A&T 91-72. To the ice, where the Carolina Hurricanes beat the New York Rangers 3-0 last night. Pyotr Kochetkov made 25 saves in his season debut. Nikolai Ehlers, Sean Walker, and Seth Jarvis all scored to snap the Rangers' 3-game win streak. Coach Rod Brindamore spoke about the way Ehlers' game is trending.
I think it's been solid all year. He should have had more, action in the point department, but it's nice for him to get off that. Now he can kind of relax and hopefully settle in, and he's going to be here for a long time. We need him to be contributing.
Thursday, the Canes host the Wild. In NBA action, the Charlotte Hornets fall on the road to the no longer winless New Orleans Pelicans, 116-112. Jose Alvarado made a go-ahead three-pointer with 16 seconds left. And Miles Bridges scored 22 points for the Hornets. Next up for the Hornets, the Miami Heat on Friday. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here, but don't worry. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Ohio State tops the first college football playoff rankings of the season, followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama. The top three are all unbeaten heading into the final month of the regular season. Georgia came in at number 5, Ole Miss at number 6, and undefeated BYU from the Big 12 landed at number 7. Once again, the Big 10 and the SEC dominate the top 6. Business as usual in a season that's been anything but predictable. The playoff begins December 19th with a Friday night game at 8 Eastern on ABC and ESPN. 3 more first-round matchups follow on December 20th. Kickoffs at noon, 3:30, and 7:30, airing across ABC, ESPN, TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. Quarterfinal games are set for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Semifinals January 8th and 9th, and a national championship game January 19th. John Champion, NCN Sports.
Sometimes you just want to say,
this radio show is going to be great.
A warm, cozy way to renounce your ties to humanity.
97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB. We've got you by the ears.
JB Short Carpet One is your locally owned Benjamin Moore paint retailer. Come in today and discover the quality and durability of Benjamin Moore paint in a variety of sheens and thousands of colors. At JB Short, you'll get one-on-one expert advice for contractors and homeowners alike. No matter how big or small the job is, trust Benjamin Moore paint and your local Benjamin Moore retailer, JB Short Carpet One. JB Short Carpet One, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Vass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
From start to finish, we get the job done right. Professional and caring, you're comfortable day or night. We're the local family, you can count on us. Right there, right on time, the ones you come to trust. 4 Seasons Heating and Air. Get comfortable with us.
4 Seasons in West End on Highway 211, 910-235-0606.
Beaver Equipment in Aberdeen is under new ownership, but you'll still find the same great products like Walker Mowers and Echo Power Equipment, and the same outstanding service for all your outdoor power equipment needs, no matter the brand. We're Joel and Kayla Cagle, try to continue the tradition of quality and care you've come to expect from Beaver Equipment. So stop by and see us, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 2833 East Indiana Avenue at the intersection of Highway 211 near Coldcraft, or call us at 910-944-0402.
7 days a week, we're on the job. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals. Fast, friendly, quality service. You know we can do it all. Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
People deserve to live where they love as they age. I'm Robert Bonville, and I own Griswold Care Parenting of Pinehurst. Griswold is dedicated to helping you live independently in the comfort of your own home. Griswold is about people. Our caregivers are personalized matches, ensuring your loved ones receive the care they deserve. For personal care, homemaking, live-in, or companion services, call me, Robert Bonville, at Griswold Care Parenting of Pinehurst, 910-420-2360, or go online to griswoldcare.com/Pinehurst.
Dunrovin Country Store has everything you need to get cooking. Shop our selection of American-made cast iron cookware. Shop for skillets, grill top griddles, and Dutch ovens. We have every kitchen gadget you will ever need. Check out our vast selection of natural foods, imported pastas, and organic grains. Try our heat and serve gourmet soups and small batch Western North Carolina Amish foods. For dinner at home or campfire cooking, get rovin to Dunrovin Country Store. Open 7 days, 5456 US 1 South in Vass. Mesa Electric Company in Seven Lakes has been providing quality commercial and residential electrical services in the Sandhills for over 40 years. From home surge protection to commercial kitchens, Mesa Electric Company can handle any commercial or residential electrical repair. Unlimited license, locally owned and operated. Call Kenny or Gail Mace at Mesa Electric Company in Seven Lakes, 910-673-0093. That's 910-673-0093.
Welcome a new season bursting with abundant color by saying hello to your knowledgeable friends at Olmsted Village Hardware. They'll introduce you to a selection of fall fertilizer products that will nurture your lawn and vegetation and keep your grounds thriving as temperatures moderate. Longing for a landscaping upgrade? Ask our experts to show you a variety of mulch and pine bark nuggets. Cooler weather means it's a great time for outdoor chefs. Our True Value store on Central Park Avenue, just off Highway 211 and next door to Lowe's Foods, features a Grill Master showroom where you can choose from traditional, flat top, and electric grills. As favorite recipes sizzle, get cozy by treating the family to a new fire pit. Gather round in Polywood chairs that you'll find next door at Olmsted Patio. Furnishings by Home Decor Poly are available in 30 custom colors and come with 20-year warranties. Olmsted Village Hardware, open 7 days a week, plus shop online for bargains on tools, paint, and household products.
Saturday, November 8th, U.S. Veterans Corp and Innovation Performance Technologies are sponsoring Freedom at the Rock at the Rockingham Dragway, a day dedicated to celebrating freedom and honoring those who serve. With a full day of racing and entertainment, the day kicks off at 9 a.m. A cruise-in car show, flyover, parachute jump, and racing. Bring your car and take it on the track. Admission is just $20. Veterans, active duty, first responders, and children under 12 are free. For more details, go to rockinghamdragway.com.
Medicare Part A, Part B, Plan G. Oh, me. Do you have Medicare questions? This is Insurance Agent Phyllis Owens, and I've done Medicare insurance plans full-time here for over 20 years. It's what I do and all I do. Call our office at 910-684-8814. There's no cost, no pressure, no obligation, no kidding. Call our office at 910-684-8814.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
This is Steve Woodward teeing off. The least shocking news, maybe ever, now appearing on our information radar, is that the medical coverage provided through the Affordable Care Act is not affordable. The truth is, Obamacare has proven to be very expensive for millions of Americans and soon will become borderline unaffordable. Democrats know it. Even MSNBC admits it. They're strangling government services and compromising aviation safety amid a record 36-day shutdown. In North Carolina, rates for Obamacare through private insurers in January will increase by a minimum of 12.6%. For some, the increase will exceed 36%. Why is this happening? They won't admit it, but we should ask Democrats in Washington. Amid the COVID pandemic and the Biden regime, Obamacare costs were reduced by temporary federal subsidies, discounts, and they were extended to families previously ineligible due to household incomes exceeding prescribed limits. In other words, rate cuts and expanded eligibility were intended to lapse. Under the absurdly named Inflation Reduction Act, the cuts end with the arrival of 2026. But as with all entitlements, the left wants to make them permanent, to buy off voters. I'm Steve Woodward, totally teed off.
This morning starting out cold, clear, and calm. A little bit of patchy frost possible, especially outside of more urban locations. By the afternoon, that's a distant memory. Breezy at times, mostly sunny, warmer, highs in the 70s. Overnight, mainly clear, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. A weak cold front passes through, no rain with it, but it will be cooler tomorrow afternoon with highs in the 60s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Are you a redhead? Is that your natural hair color?
Yeah. Why? It is National Love Your Red Hair Day.
True beauty is about hair color. November 5th, National Love Your Red Hair Day.
National Love Your Red Hair Day.
All right, Carrot Top. Carrot Top, don't call me that.
Why shouldn't I? It's a pejorative term.
It's such a pejorative term. What should I call you?
This is beautiful.
You know what else I just realized? It's showtime.
Catfish shack feeding ducks on the water. Alabama sun and a Louisiana daughter. Summer heat wave don't get much hotter than the burn in that first kiss. Wandered on downtown to Silverado's. Crowd was line dancing and we were kicking bottles. Damn, it kind of felt like we done and hit the lotto. Free beer from 5 to 10. Got me wishing that I could live yesterday all day, every day. Stuck in a loop like punks of Tony. No talk on the ticker, I don't wanna change. 24 more you loving on me. I skip Christmas and the 4th of July. Babe, cross off the rest of the calendar I take. Yesterday all day, every day. All of you for the rest of my life. Rode home in a old Ford beater. Texted my mama, think I found me a keeper. Sunset cut along a swinging two-seater. If I could rewind the moon to the sun and do round two, I'd do yesterday all day, every day. Stuck in a loop like punks of Tony. No talk on the ticker, I don't wanna change. 24 more you loving on me.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Stephen Woodward this morning. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, LeaderMan. Good morning, everybody, on this wistful Wednesday in the Sandhills.
Hump Day. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live audio and video streams. To get to it, just go to our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. That's our broadcast stream. Click on that and hit the play button. If you want to see the video as we do it, you can go to our video stream. That's available right there on the homepage where it says Watch Live Video and Replays of Mornings with the LeaderMan. Just click on that and hit today's date, and you'll be watching it today. All right, weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Let's see here. All right, it's going to be beautiful today. Sunny with a high of 69. Can't beat that. Clear tonight, a low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine 65. Friday, more sunshine 69. Saturday, a slight chance of a shower. Otherwise, look for mostly sunny with a high of 74. And Sunday, slight chance of rain, high of 74. Back at work on Monday, sunny with a high near 49. That's a big change. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm. Pressure is 3029, 2.42. Humidity 86%. We got sunny skies, 46 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, that's former hit for Lainey Wilson. Yesterday, all day, every day. Okay. It is 7:37, 37 past the hour. Of course, yesterday was Election Day in some areas of our country, including here in the county. We went over those results during the newscast part of this. 7:15 is when we did it. 8:15 we'll do it again. But nationally, the communists have infiltrated and won places into New York. Madami won the mayorship last night. But really wouldn't worry too much about him. He has no experience. And, saying and getting it done are two different things. We've heard it from presidents forever. Saying it, we're going to get this and this and this. And it's never done because they don't know how to get it implemented. And Madani's going to have a whole lot of things to do once he doesn't know where to start. Really doesn't.
You're absolutely right. And although we shouldn't underestimate the damage that a Ugandan-born jihadist socialist can do, not because of his inexperience, not through his inexperience, but because of his inexperience. And I will say this, that if he triggers a mass exodus out of New York City in terms of residents and businesses, the financial markets, etc., fleeing New York City because of the chaos that he will impose, in the long run, if we play the long game, that could be a very good thing. And marginalize him to the point where come next year when there's a governor's race in New York, it will give a significant advantage, I think, to the Republican candidate Elaine Stefanik. But also across the river in New Jersey, amazingly, the Democrats prevailed big time in their governor's race last night.
Well, you want to know something? The most important thing that was said last night were the two pollsters on Fox. They came on and to explain why things were happening like they were happening. And not everybody has heard this, and not everybody has understood this. They said the number one reason people voted the way they voted was because of the shutdown.
Yeah, and they're absolutely right.
And they were blaming Republicans because they own the House, the Senate, and the presidency, but they don't understand what a filibuster is.
Exactly.
They just know that their paycheck and dependence on government has stopped.
And we have our Congressman Richard Hudson joining us at 8:30 this morning from Washington. We can discuss this further, but I do believe that this revealed the evil genius of the Democrat strategy, which was let the shutdown ride through Election Day, because at the end of the day, when people's wallets and lives, when people's wallets are impacted and their lives are disrupted, they really don't care that the Democrats in Washington have prolonged the shutdown. They'll go to the polls and they'll vote for what they think is the solution, the change. And that is clearly seen in the New Jersey governor's race, because in counties that Trump won big time, flipped in 2024, 1 year ago, the gubernatorial Republican candidate was unable to use that momentum to win. If he had won those counties that Trump won last night, there would be a Republican governor in New Jersey this morning, and he couldn't make it happen. In fact, he performed worse last night than he did 4 years ago when he lost by like 3 points. Same guy, Citarelli. It's remarkable, the evil genius of this shutdown, and it also manifested itself in Virginia, where after 4 years of Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, we now have this Abigail Spanberger is the governor of Virginia, a hardcore leftist, and so we'll see what happens there. But worse than that in Virginia was that this revolting Attorney General Democrat candidate who looks like a buck-toothed Barack Obama, he won rather easily in the Attorney General's race after
wanted to shoot everybody.
After his social media was revealed to show his lust to kill his political opponents, and not just them, but their children.
Yeah.
And he won. He's the Attorney General this morning in Virginia.
Another sad thing about the election here in Moore County, only 19% of the people bothered to show up to vote. 8,400 showed up to vote out of 44,500 registered voters. So boo on us. I mean, you let the 20% of the county, 19% of the county decide everything about your life here in the county.
And You're absolutely right, and Republican apathy was just overwhelmingly evident yesterday throughout Election Day. The polling place that I spent a few hours, I think maybe 500 people came to vote over a period of 13 hours. I mean, literally from 6:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night. And let me just say that beware, residents of Pinehurst. The short-term rental police have been elevated to power yesterday. And it's really pathetic that about 4,500 people in the community of Pinehurst have decided that a Biden-adoring Democrat and a short-term rental terrorized Republican have now become members of the Pinehurst Village Council. That would be Jeremy Hooper and Kevin Fitzpatrick, who is a Washington, D.C. transplant, longtime Democrat. Wears a very nice suit, I must say. But other than that, they're now in power because of the apathy coursing through Moore County on the Republican side. And right down the street in Southern Pines, you've got two big-time Democrats were elected yesterday. Ann Peterson, I think, was reelected, and this Bob Curtin was elected. They will continue to do everything they can to railroad commercial growth in Southern Pines, and you'll have more projects like you're seeing on Morganton Road right now popping up everywhere. So congratulations, everybody, for staying home from the polls yesterday.
Well, that thing on Morganton Road, other than its existence, the road that goes through it was poorly planned because it's like zigzag left, zigzag right, zigzag left, zigzag right. And that little stupid roundabout doesn't work. It's not big enough for the traffic because it's designed for two people to enter it. And if they go in side by side, they're so close and turning, that's where accidents happen. But you can't tell the Department of Transportation a damn thing because they know it all.
Yeah, and we're completely at the mercy of the state when it comes to our many of our roads, not all, but many.
I'm just amazed at how few votes you need to win. Like town of Cameron mayor, won with 29 votes. Cameron board won with 28 votes.
Yeah.
Town of Carthage had 203 votes.
Yeah.
For
Carthage was a good night. We had a Republican sweep in Carthage last night.
Boxfire actually stood up 287 votes, was their top getter.
Yeah. Carthage was a good night.
Yeah.
Despite very low voter turnout.
Pine Bluff, Ronald
McDonald.
Donald won with 146 votes, but write-ins came close with 67 votes.
Yeah, a third of the vote was write-ins against him because he is a Charlie Kirk hating clown, and what a pathetic situation where these little communities can't find one person to run against a radical Democrat like Ronald McDonald in Pine Bluff. It's unbelievable, really is. I think that's the sort of the untold story of living in southern Moore County is that, everybody talks about. In fact, just yesterday, Travel and Leisure magazine runs an article that Pinehurst is the #1 place to retire in America. But, surrounding that little bubble are all of these Democrat-infested municipalities, and it's only getting worse. And we better wake up big time.
Yeah, they move here, and they said, well, we need to make it like where we came from.
Right.
We destroyed that place, and now we need to destroy this place.
Yep. No, there is a white male cabal in Pinehurst that operates sort of like a shadow government. We all know who they are. We all know that they sit in the village chapel and worship on Sundays like the pious people that they are. And they elected these two guys yesterday in Pinehurst, but by the sheer will and energy that they put behind them. And if you're a short-term rental owner in Pinehurst, you better lawyer up because they're coming for you. And your property rights mean nothing to them. So beware and be warned.
You know, one other thing, one prediction I have based on those exit polls, I think Madani, I bet you a year from now you're still paying for your bus ride.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he doesn't have the experience to get it implemented. And there's a lot that has to happen.
Yes, that's right.
So,
yeah, New York City, even though it's the greatest and best-known city in the world, does not operate any differently than other big cities in that much of its ability to function is controlled at the state level in Albany, New York, not in Manhattan. And so,
well, as soon as those buses are free, assuming they can get that, they're going to be packed all the time.
Yeah. And what are the murder rates going to look like when he continues to defund and antagonize the police forces?
The drunks and dope addicts will be riding it a lot, smelling as good as they can. It's going to be fun. And then when they ride packed, well, they got no more room for you to get on, so you get to find other means of transportation because your free bus ride doesn't have room for you. Then they'll figure out, oh, well, we need more buses. Well, where's that $50 million going to come from? And that's probably a low estimate, but it'll be interesting. But don't listen to all these talking heads telling you this and that and the other. Listen to those pollsters who talked to the people after they voted and said, why did you vote that way?
Mm-hmm.
And the number one reason was the shutdown. So pay attention to that. And the Republicans got to do a better job of explaining why the Democrats won't open up the country.
Yeah.
They're just saying, well, you got the most votes. Why don't you open it up? Well, you got that little thing called the filibuster.
I mean, you think about the evil genius of what they've done. They were willing to, the Democrats in Washington were more than happy to allow individuals to go without their food stamps. They're more than willing to allow our nation's airports to be paralyzed because TSA employees are not coming to work because they're not getting paid. You can hardly blame them. They're more than willing to jeopardize the safety of our skies. They are more than willing to have government employees suddenly not getting paid across all different levels of government. And they're sitting there watching the clock tick right through Election Day to achieve their goal, which was to win these isolated races in places that are
well, the strategy
dominated
worked
by Democrats.
The strategy worked because Republicans did a poor job of telling the citizens why is not open. They want to put illegal people that have invaded our country illegally, and now they want to give them Medicaid.
Well, they are giving them. They're giving them.
Yeah, they want more of them to get it.
And we can talk to Congressman Hudson about this at 8:30. But and I referenced it in the morning teeing off segment. This Obamacare sham, was actually broadened by the COVID pandemic when all of a sudden the federal government was subsidizing the cost of Obamacare, which was already very unaffordable for a lot of people, and they were not only were they paying for it with subsidies, discounting the rates, in other words, they were also expanding the number of people who were eligible, regardless of their income levels, which swept in untold numbers of illegal immigrants who live in the shadows. And these are the people that the Democrats are trying to protect because they do not want the Obamacare subsidies to end, because all these people who they think are going to vote for them because they get great health care deals may stop voting for them. That's all they care about. That's their only calculus, period.
Well, maybe AOC will run against Schumer, That would be interesting. Either way, you're going to end up with a Democrat, but a whole lot less power if AOC wins.
I just
they'll tell her to sit on the back row and shut her mouth.
I think we just need to remember what happened 1 year ago yesterday when the MAGA movement rose up, and we can't be too defeated by yesterday's isolated races. We still have to keep our eye on the prize, and that starts at the grassroots. It starts right here in your neighborhood, in your county. And all those people who put the green yard signs in their lawn to elect this interloper from Northern Virginia, good luck, because you're going to get what you asked for.
All right, well, let's lighten things up for a few minutes.
I might have to open a beer over here in a minute.
Yeah. Well, we'll have Congressman Hudson here at 8:30 to answer some of these questions. Kraft is selling apple pie flavored mac and cheese online this holiday season. You can buy a single package at Walmart.com for $1.48. Here's a little quick clip from the commercial featuring Jason Briggs. Remember what he did to apple pie in American Pie.
Who else could be the face of new Kraft mac and cheese apple pie flavor other than me? America's Pie Guy! Look, I made apple pie famous once. I'm ready to do it again. And by do it, I mean, no, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, imagine yourself going up to your car and you look in, and sitting in your car is a big, angry bear. Well, it did happen in Colorado, and sheriff deputies said they resolved a barricade situation involving a large Bruin that found its way into a resident's vehicle and became trapped inside. Here are the deputies that rigged up a handle release mechanism and opened the vehicle door from a safe distance, releasing the bear.
Very large bear in the front seat. Oh yeah, he looks pissed. So we can tie some paracord to the door, and then we can get back and we can pull it open. Yogi, calm down. Hit it. Come on, Yogi. Out of the car. You're fine. You can buff that out. It'll buff out. You guys are totally fine. I think what's more impressive is that he opened it and then proceeded to close it behind him.
Yes. Yeah. Yogi has been released from the vehicle.
Okay. Well, I wonder what the interior ended up looking like. With all those big claws in there clawing your dashboard and your doors and your seats.
Yeah.
Could be a big mess.
Well, I hope it was a Prius at least. I wonder how he got in. He just opened the door, I guess.
I guess.
Pretty smart bear.
The Unique Boys from late last night. Fallon, Mayer, and there's only two we got this morning. Well, the Unique Boys stepped up and failed once again.
Subway just released new holiday sandwiches, including a Turhamkin, which is a combo of turkey, ham, and chicken. Oh. Yeah, the Turhamkin features 3 types of meat, just like their tuna.
Sotheby's has announced that it will auction off a sculpture of a solid gold toilet titled America, though I don't know if that's fair, since the toilet actually works.
Well, you heard $100,000 worth of jokes there and didn't even get a grand out of it.
Yeah, the Turhamkin sounds interesting, actually.
Yeah.
You know, for a number of years, it was very popular on Thanksgiving. People were serving turducken.
Yeah.
Turkey, duck, and chicken.
Yeah.
But that's sort of fallen out of favor, I think.
Well, for your redheads out there, it is Happy National Redhead Day. All right, Alexa, what are some facts that you can share about redheads?
Here are some facts about redheads for National Redhead Day. Redheads make up 2% of the population, but 100% of the prop comedians with the Las Vegas residency. The fear of redheads is called ginger phobia. Unless that redhead is Ed Sheeran, then it's called hobbit phobia. Bumblebees often mistake redheads for flowers. Scientists call it more proof that bees are stupid. And finally, redheads have more sex. Especially now that they dumped Keith Urban. Enjoy your National Redhead Day.
All right. Well, we've heard the news, but what about the not headline news?
This is not headline news. A burger joint in Texas called Trump Burger closed because the owner was here illegally. It's now called Irony Cafe. Dick Cheney died. Making a joke about it would be like a slap in the face. Gen Z considers cash cringe, but I bet they wouldn't if they had any. A Florida man was busted for DUI on Halloween while dressed as a prison inmate. Technically, he was dressed as Diddy, but same thing. And a Mississippi family reunited with their missing dog after 5 years. Or as the dog put it, oh man, I almost escaped from Mississippi. This is not headline news.
All right, and a few more not headline news. New York City elected a new mayor, but the most powerful force in the city will still be rats. The UK is banning choking porn. Based on the Blue Jays in the World Series, evidently, Canada is still okay with choking. Good Morning America turned 50. Well, some people can't imagine starting their mornings with anything else other than a shot of rum in their coffee. And Miley Cyrus recorded the original song for Avatar. It's the first time the word original and Avatar was in the same sentence. All right, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. We'll be back with you with Richard Hudson at 8:30. News, sports, and weather starts now.
This morning starting out cold, clear, and calm. A little bit of patchy frost possible, especially outside of more urban locations. By the afternoon, that's a distant memory. Breezy at times, mostly sunny, warmer, highs in the 70s. Overnight, mainly clear, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. A weak cold front passes through, no rain with it, but it will be cooler tomorrow afternoon with highs in the 60s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhill, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Democrats dominated yesterday's midterm elections, victories in New York City, New Jersey, and Virginia. In New York, Democrat Socialist Zohran Mamdani referring to his defeat of independent Andrew Cuomo in the mayor's race.
My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty.
While Cuomo says no regrets.
This campaign was the right fight to wage. And I am proud of what we did and what we did together.
In blue state New Jersey, voters have chosen Democrat Mikey Sherrill for governor. Virginia voters sending Democrat Abigail Spanberger to the governor's mansion and Democrat Jay Jones to the attorney general's office. California's Democrat congressional redistricting scheme has been approved, while 3 Democrats will hold on to their seats on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. President Trump is suggesting the government shutdown helped to generate that powerful blue wave. Flyers, beware. The Trump administration warns of possible chaos in the skies next week if the government shutdown drags on.
Air travel has been disrupted with each passing day of the shutdown, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the situation will only get worse as the financial pressure grows on air traffic controllers and TSA employees who are forced to work without pay. Duffy warns there could be mass chaos if the stalemate lasts another week, predicting more flight delays and cancellations and the possibility of closing certain parts of the airspace. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The feds will be investigating the deadly crash of a UPS cargo plane in Kentucky. 7 people died when the aircraft crashed and burned upon takeoff at the Louisville airport. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures up 4 points, NASDAQ futures down 59. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. I've always been a strong believer in precious metals investment, and I've always been fascinated with rare coin collecting. But owning the wrong coins that only make dealers a lot of money can be catastrophic for your investment portfolio. AmFed Coin and Bullion specializes in taking people out of non-performing coin portfolios and turning them into gold, silver, or platinum bullion. They tailor a portfolio based on your goals and not what they want to sell you. You'll never experienced scare tactics, misleading hype, or high-pressure sales from owner Nick Grovich and his very knowledgeable staff. They will evaluate your portfolio, show you how your coins have performed, and take the time to educate you on the ugly industry practices so that you can make an informed decision. Smart people can make very bad investments when they're under pressure and lack the facts. Call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
A natural disaster in Southeast Asia. Correspondent Charles De La Desma.
Many Filipinos caught up in widespread flooding were trapped people on their roofs as scores of cars were swept away. Typhoon Kalmaegi blew away from western Palawan province into the South China Sea before noon on Wednesday, with sustained winds of over 81 mph and gusts at 112 mph. In Cebu province on Tuesday, Kalmaegi set off flash floods, causing a river and other waterways to swell, engulfing communities. Survivor Giomar Chempisoa tells the AP, "Everyone here lost their homes. My cousin and neighbors, we lost our houses. We need help." The Philippine Red Cross has received many calls from people needing rescue in Cebu, but efforts had to wait until flooding subsided to lessen the risks for emergency personnel. I'm Charles De La Desma.
News and analysis at townhall.com. Voters in Maine and Texas weigh in on some Republican-backed measures.
Proponents say it would safeguard elections, but opponents believe it's intended to make voting more difficult. Maine voters have rejected a proposal. It involved implementing a photo ID requirement for voters and limiting the use of drop boxes for returning completed ballots. Voters in Texas approved a proposal to amend the state constitution to add people who are not U.S. citizens to the list of those excluded from elections. Jason Walker reporting.
A president's power to unilaterally impose tariffs is coming before the Supreme Court today. A test of executive power with trillion-dollar implications for the worldwide economy. The Trump administration contends an emergency law gives the president the ability to regulate importation, including tariffs. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Welcome a new season bursting with abundant color by saying hello to your knowledgeable friends at Olmsted Village Hardware. They'll introduce you to a selection of fall fertilizer products that will nurture your lawn and vegetation and keep your grounds thriving as temperatures moderate. Longing for a landscaping upgrade? Ask our experts to show you a variety of mulch and pine bark nuggets. Cooler weather means it's a great time for outdoor chefs. Our True Value store on Central Park Avenue, just off Highway 211 and next door to Lowe's Foods, features a Grill Master showroom where you can choose from traditional, flat top, and electric grills. As favorite recipes sizzle, get cozy by treating the family to a new fire pit. Gather round in Polywood chairs that you'll find next door at Olmsted Patio. Furnishings by Home Decor Poly are available in 30 custom colors and come with 20-year warranties. Olmsted Village Hardware, open 7 days a week, plus shop online for bargains on tools, paint, and household products.
More Buildings and Carports has 40-foot RV covers starting at just $3,700 plus tax installed. Need a different size? Let More Buildings and Carports build your custom RV cover today. Call 910-684-7200.
At Aloha Safari Park, you can experience the thrill of the savannah from the comfort of your own vehicle. Cruise through their drive-through park and encounter majestic animals like zebras, water buffaloes, bears, wolves, and more. And don't forget to come inside once your ride is over to explore all the other animals Aloha Safari Park has. Plus, get your chance to feed the animals like giraffes. Open Wednesday through Monday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let your wild adventure begin at Aloha Safari Park, 159 Minnie Lane in Cameron.
Looking for a dealership that truly puts you first? Visit Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Whether you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or your current car just needs a little TLC, we've got you covered with the Pinehurst Advantage Plan. You'll get 24/7 roadside assistance. That's 5 years of unlimited coverage, including towing, battery jump starts, and flat tire changes. Plus, with any major service, enjoy a complimentary loaner car so you're never left stranded. With our 100% customer satisfaction guarantee, if you're not completely satisfied within 72 hours of purchasing your new or pre-owned vehicle, just bring it back. It's no wonder for the third year in a row, we've been voted Best of the Pines in 2024 for Best Dealership Service Department. Ready to experience the Pinehurst difference? Visit us online at pinehursttoyota.com or pinehursthyundaiονline.com. Call us at 910-692-2424. Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai, where quality meets customer care.
Two local powerhouses, Carolina Air and Carolina Power and Generators, have united to bring you something bigger, smarter, and stronger. Introducing Carolina Air and Power. Now you don't have to choose between keeping your home comfortable or keeping your home powered up. Because with Carolina Air and Power, you get both. That means reliable heating and cooling systems backed by the security of whole home power solutions. And right now, take advantage of Carolina Air and Power's special limited time offer. Get $2,000 off HVAC installations and $1,500 off generator installations. That includes a free 10-year parts and labor warranty on your generator. Because life doesn't stop when the power goes out. And your family deserves comfort and confidence no matter what. Carolina Air and Power. Comfort and power together at last. Call today at 910-241-4677 to learn more and experience the strength of two trusted names, united as one. That's Carolina Air and Power.
As seen on the Tar Heel Traveler, J.R. Moore & Son is an original country store with something for everyone. Locally owned since 1935, J.R. Moore & Son has general hardware, plumbing, and gardening supplies. They also offer a large selection of clothing and footwear from brands like Arat, Carhartt, Wolverine, Wrangler, and more. Open Monday through Saturday, you can visit J.R. Moore & Son at 865 Thrift Road in Gulf and enjoy what this local historic business has to offer today.
NCI News. I'm Mike Riley. President Trump's tariffs go under the microscope today as the U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum says
today's oral argument will hint at how the conservative justices in particular are aligned on this question.
A clean sweep for Democrats in yesterday's elections, winning governor's seats in Virginia, New Jersey, and the mayor of New York. Political analyst Larry Sabato says this was a landslide.
The depth and the breadth of Democratic victories is well beyond what really Democrats even expected, and certainly what Republicans thought would happen.
In North Carolina, incumbent Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles was reelected last night. She told WBTV,
my goal, no matter what happens on our referendum, my goal is to make sure that people have an opportunity to serve.
Bill Saffo was reelected mayor of Wilmington. Mary Kay Abaswader has been elected mayor of Greensboro. She told WFMY,
I know that with guidance from the previous mayor and, Mayor Pro Tem Johnson, with all of their guidance, and they're believing in me that I can continue the momentum that we're having right now in our economic successes and bringing down our crime stats.
Voters in Fayetteville returned Mayor Mitch Colvin to office for a fifth term on Tuesday. Colvin faced Mayor Pro Tem Kathy Keefe Jensen and won with a 60% of the vote.
Infrastructure is important. Housing is important. Our education system, even though the city doesn't have a direct role in the governance of that, but it speaks to the quality of a community. And so I look forward to working with our community partners in the future.
Greenville Mayor P.J. Connolly has won re-election. He told WNCT,
I'm thankful for the citizens to come out and support me through this election process, and I'm hopeful that we'll continue to be able to move our city moving forward.
You're listening to NCI News.
The North Carolina Healthcare Association invites you to listen to this month's podcast, Conversations on the State of Healthcare. This month, we dive into a project that's making big waves in Charlotte and beyond. It's called The Pearl, a bold reimagining of how healthcare, education, and innovation come together. My guest, Hillary Crittenden, leads operations for The Pearl and has played an important role in its growth and development.
The Pearl is an innovation district. We brought together medical education, cutting-edge research, and really big and small players in the healthcare space who are advancing advancing science in a really interesting way, all together in one place.
You can learn more and join our latest Conversations on the State of Healthcare wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And find out more by visiting nchealthcare.org.
Millions of low-income Americans are losing access to benefits through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program as the government shutdown continues. President Donald Trump's administration says it will partially fund SNAP, but the funding has not made its way to North Carolina for November. Manna Food Bank CEO Claire Neal told WLOS in Asheville,
"For every meal that Manna provides, SNAP provides 9.
President Trump has decided to nominate Jared Isaacman to serve as NASA administrator months after pulling the nomination.
In late May, Trump said he had decided to withdraw Isaacman after a thorough review of his prior associations. Weeks later, Trump went further in expressing his concern about the tech billionaire's Republican credentials, calling him a, quote, blue-blooded Democrat who never contributed to a Republican before. Trump made no mention of his previous decision to nominate, then withdraw Isaacman in his post last night announcing the renomination, calling him an accomplished business leader, philanthropist, pilot, and astronaut. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Hamas has returned the body of a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen who was killed in Gaza 2 years ago. Reporter Linda Gradstein has more from Jerusalem.
Itai Chen was 19 years old when he was killed fighting Hamas gunmen in a tank on the morning of October 7th, 2023, and his body kidnapped to Gaza. He was the last remaining slain hostage held in the Gaza Strip with dual U.S.-Israeli citizenship.
A new online upgrade is coming for teen drivers to try to reduce long wait times at North Carolina Division of Motor Vehicles offices. On Tuesday, officials with the DMV announced that teen drivers will be able to use its new online feature to upgrade from Level 2 limited provisional license to a Level 3. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
It's a chilly start here to our Wednesday morning. Might see some patches of frost, especially outside of city locations. Otherwise, a warmer afternoon thanks to a breeze coming down some of the higher elevations. Highs today in the 70s. Will be gusty at times and then overnight clear to partly cloudy, not as cold in the mid-to-upper 40s. A weak cold front passes through. No rain, but cooler, high 60s Thursday. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we have sunny skies, 48 degrees, humidity 86%, 2.44. Winds are southeast at a whopping 1 mile per hour, and pressure is 3029. It is 8:15 straight up. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Wednesday hump day. Well, let's run down quickly the election results from yesterday. Only 19% of the people in Moore County bothered to vote. 40 out of 44,000, there's like, what was it, 18,000 voting. Anyway, it was 19%, which is pitiful. We let those people decide everyone's fate. Anyway, here's what they decided for the mayor, let me get up here at the top of the ballot. For mayor of Aberdeen, Robbie Farrell wins re-election. He's been there quite a while. Town of Aberdeen Board of Commissioners, you got Brewington and Helms winning those two seats. Town of Cameron, the mayor unopposed, Lisa Pascal, gets in with a whopping 29 votes as the mayor. Town of Cameron Board of Commissioners, the two people winning there are basically unopposed, Fucci and Parsons. Town of Cameron Board of Commissioners, an expired person, Marcia Kober, wins unopposed. Town of Carthage Board of Commissioners, Tanner, McDonald, and Sadana, this is a hard one, Sadov Akov, I think that's right, wins election to the board. Foxfire, you got Craigle, Gunn, and Robbins winning on seats. Town of Pine Bluff for the mayor, unopposed, Ronald McDonald. I bet he gets a lot about his name all through his life. Pine Bluff Board of Commissioners, top vote getters Conley and Rindfletch win seats on the board. Town of Pinehurst council members getting on the board: Jeremy Hooper and Kevin Fitzpatrick. Town of Robbins Board of Commissioners, you got Britt Bradshaw and Gilbert winning seats. Town of Southern Pines council member Bob Curtin and Ann Peterson winning seats. Down to Taylortown, they had a lot of people running. This is kind of interesting in that top 5 vote getters get in. Bridget Cotton was number 1, followed by write-in. I don't know how they're going to figure that one out, so I think that probably will get tossed because the write-ins will be of numerous people. Natalie Moody gets in. How many more? Let's see. It's 2. Gady and Parker and Brown would make out the top 5. Town of Bass for the mayor, unopposed, Alfonso Mosley Jr. wins. Town of Bass Board of Commissioners, you got Emily Dick and Chris Kazim winning seats on the board. Whispering Pines, Lucy Kaminsky, Pamela Harris, and Angie Molenik win seats on the board. And one other piece of news for this morning: a man was trapped in his vehicle after it overturned near the Pinehurst Country Club Beach Club on yesterday afternoon. The single vehicle crash occurred shortly before 2 p.m. in the area of Diamond Head Drive and Burning Tree Road. According to authorities on scene, the car had been traveling uphill when it rolled and came to rest on its roof along the roadway. The cause of the crash is not immediately known and is under investigation. The driver was trapped inside the smoking vehicle when first responders arrived. Air care was initially requested, but it was later canceled after crews removed the passenger safely and evaluated his condition. That's your latest Sand Hills News this morning. I tell you what, let's go to sports. That's next here on WEEB.
Stay in the game with the Clark Chevrolet Cadillac Sports Report. Family owned and operated for over half a century, they do it all. Sales, service, parts, collision repair, and they never charge a dock fee. Nestled in the heart of Pinehurst, Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, fueling your passion for sports.
NCN Sports, I'm John Champion. Last night, the Duke Blue Devil men's basketball team beat Texas at the Dick Vitale Invitational in Charlotte. The Blue Devils win their 26th consecutive season over, 75-60. Isaiah Evans scored 23 points. Cameron Boozer finished with 15 and 13 rebounds. For Texas, it was head coach Sean Miller's debut. He spent 5 years as an assistant at NC State. Duke plays at Tom Osborne Saturday, welcoming Western Carolina to Cameron Indoor Stadium. In women's basketball, Camille Pierre hit the go-ahead layup in the final minute, while Zamaria Jones hit 2 key free throws with 1.9 seconds left to lift the Wolfpack women, the number 9 team in the nation. They beat number 8 Tennessee 80-77. The ECU Pirates beat Georgia Southern 92-89. Wichita State beat UNC Asheville 78-58. Kansas State beat UNCG 93-53, and South Carolina beat NC A&T 91-72. To the ice, where the Carolina Hurricanes beat the New York Rangers 3-0 last night. Pyotr Kochetkov made 25 saves in his season debut. Nikolai Ehlers, Sean Walker, and Seth Jarvis all scored to snap the Rangers' 3-game win streak. Coach Rod Brindamore spoke about the way Ehlers' game is trending.
I think it's been solid all year. He should have had more, action in the point department, but it's nice for him to get off that. Now he can kind of relax and hopefully settle in, and he's going to be here for a long time. We need him to be contributing.
Thursday, the Canes host the Wild. In NBA action, the Charlotte Hornets fall on the road to the no longer winless New Orleans Pelicans, 116-112. Jose Alvarado made a go-ahead three-pointer with 16 seconds left. And Miles Bridges scored 22 points for the Hornets. Next up for the Hornets, the Miami Heat on Friday. You're listening to NCN Sports.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy, you're family. With offices in